Ooh, and potentially welcome. I'm slightly, I'd say slightly, but maybe ever so slightly sick and a wee bit tired. But at the same time, I've got some free time, so I thought, may as well stream because it's a fun pastime. You got some time to kill. Why not broadcast yourself to the world? That's the sound of me drinking tonight. I'm drinking very watery, uh, diluting juice of the Ribena kind. Very watery because I didn't have much of it left, but I still thought I'd treat myself. I'd treat myself to a wee juice. Could have got water. Have been enjoying my water recently, but I thought, no, you're having a dessert, Craig. You get yourself some Ribena, which I did do. And I did enjoy. Uh, that's the sickness coming through. I'm playing a bit of a bit of Fortnite, I know. I'm trying to get all the challenges done. Trying to get all the challenges done before Thingamabob, before Floppy Me Dop, before the season ends. That's what I'm trying to get out. Before the season ends, we're going to do all the challenges, which I'm sure would be an exciting, fun thing to do if this was the visual format, but it's not. It's audio. It's Radio Fortnite, and we're having a good time. I could visually describe what's happening, but that would be very boring. If something happens, I'll let you know. Mainly, I'm just going to land at the little bit between the desert zone and the non-desert zone because apparently that's where the camel is. And one of the challenges is to land at a camel, a crashed party bus, and a Viking ship, I think it was. And I've got two of them, and I just need to get this camel. So, fingers crossed it is where the internet said it was. There's no reason for the internet to lie to me. And it was one of those, like, just type it into Google and Google knows things. So, apparently it's. Oh, I don't know. I don't know the places. Apparently it's down here. I'm near Truckosaurus, so if anyone knows, you know, let me knows. Apparently it's over here. Oh, well. I'm not going to pass up the opportunity to get a wee chest. Wee chest, that'll do. Oh, with a golden assault rifle. That is a good find, everyone. That is a good find. I'm not seeing a camel. I'll go into the actual deserty bit, because maybe there'll be a camel there. Doot doo doo. Doot doo doo. Doot dee doo. Doot dee doo. Let me zoom into the map. Oh, I'm at the wrong end of the desert zone. I always get these two mixed up. Lucky Land and the Lodge. It's probably because I've got region dyspraxia. And, if something starts with the same letter or even sounds vaguely similar, I'm going to mix it up. I found another wee chest. See if I can get on that. There we go. Oh, balloons! Bloody love balloons. Balloons are great, by the way. Balloons are meta. Like, I will not have a single... Oh, I'm getting shot at. Oh. I'm just trying to get me balloon... Oh, killed. Dead. Should say, playing the Team Rumble mode. Which is pretty good, because it means you get to respawn. It's great for doing challenges. Would definitely recommend. Don't know any kind of monster that just does their challenges on solo. I mean, sometimes that has to happen when they take away the special modes. Ooh, I'm dead now. I don't even have to, like, get transport. I'll just go straight to where I need to go. Which is quite far away and I'm not going to make it. But yes, after I've done this, I think the only challenge I have left is to do vehicle time trials, which I will look up on the computer to see which the easiest and the best one is to do. And then that'll be us. We'll have completed all of the challenges for all of the weeks. I'll be very excited. I am looking forward to the new season, which might bring us the new winter biome that's been talked about for so long. It would make a lot of sense. Oh my god, is that the camel? Oh, I can see the camel! I'm going straight to this camel. He's drinking a juice. Isn't that special? But yes. Yes, man! We've got all of the challenges. Who's watching? Give us a shout out in the chat so I know who you are so I can talk to you. If it's James, let me know, eh? Let me know. You're our biggest fan. You're here even for this. Rubbish. Ooh, a long range assault rifle. I'll swap them out. What dailies do I have? Well, the daily I have left is to do stuff in squads. It's like place top 6 in squads, which I'll get to. I'm good at that. I'm good at like going into squads solo and just, hiding forever and then getting that top 6. It's a bit of a boring one. It's a bit of a boring one. But they are just dailies. They're not the special weekly challenges, which I think are pretty hot. I know a lot of people bounced off the Fortnite with good reason. It's pretty repetitive. But those challenges really spice things up, and they've been getting better. In my opinion, they have been getting better. Um, we did the challenges week by week quite consistently for most of the battle pass this season, and then I think we stopped in the last couple of weeks because we've been sick and tired, but mostly sick. And now we're back. I'm just running towards the circle now. I I have the werewolf skin, Dire. I don't know the names of the skins, so if the viewer that is viewing is a hardened Fortnite person, I'm sorry. I can't imagine you would be like. You're someone like I'm just gonna play the guessing game. Like you're someone that knows that's subscribed to this channel. I'd imagine because like there's no way you could be a Fortnite person because it's just called the Normcast and has a picture of pasta. If you're enticed by the picture of pasta, good work, okay? Like that's good, you know? You saw a picture of pasta, you saw the words Normcast, and you were like, yeah, I'm gonna get in on that action. It was good pasta, by the way. I can't remember. It was like I was just looking for a thumbnail on my phone, and it happened to be the most normal thing that I scrolled past first. Mostly it was pictures of Transformers, which I was thinking about, but then people would be like, they'd come to it and be like, for Transformers, and then they'd realize I'm playing Fortnite and talking crap. So they would bounce off of that. Bouncing off of things is a good phrase. Like I bounced off that pretty hard. Like I bounced off that. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with the bounced off thing, but it's a good phrase. It might be the phrase of the day. If we had any like structure, it could be the phrase of the day. I'm in the desert biome again. The desert bit is my favourite bit of the map, and I can't remember what was here originally. And I'm not even sad that it's gone. But the desert stuff's incredible. I hope they don't get rid of the desert to make way for the winter biome. I hope they just make you know another bit of the map that isn't as fun into the winter, and then keep the desert as well. I know it's not the most Christmassy thing in the world, but it's lovely. Like there's something about the spacing and the fact that not many people come to the desert biome because I guess many people don't like it. But and I wouldn't say that I'm normally a there's that sickness again. I wouldn't say I'm normally a big fan of desert biomes in general. Like wasn't the biggest fan of it in like Minecraft and stuff, but here it really works. It's very summery. It's very fun. There's lots of cactuses everywhere. I can see some boys, but they are my boys, the lads, and they're fine. They're not my like team lads. They're somewhere. Oh, all right. We're in the middle of the circle now, so we should be seeing enemies. Not really that equipped to deal with them. I've got a gold assault rifle. I've got a shield potion that I should probably drink. All right, we'll drink that. I don't rate. Well, I guess I don't rate health potions at all in this mode because you just die and respawn so quick that they don't matter. I suppose I should be like shielding up at every opportunity, but I also don't really. Shields that big in this because, like I say, you just die so quick, and like I don't feel that the shields make all that much difference when you're getting like assaulted by thousands of men. Oh, look, there's that chest that opened at the start of this match. Oh, that means I'm close to. I might have spotted a time trial. Yeah, there's a time trial over here. Maybe we'll do it all in one match. Oh, it is a vehicle time trial. Where meant to go? Okay, I see. Is it just a race, the vehicle time trials? I didn't even know what they were. This is cool. So I'll have to get a naughty quaddy and come back here. So if I put a marker there, right, looks like someone's built here already, so that could be quite handy. Is there anywhere nearby that can get us a naughty quaddy? I call quad bikes in this naughty quaddies because, oh no, I'm getting shot at. And the health potion totally saved my life there. Oh no. You think you can take me? Oh, there we go. Yeah, you can very much take me. I threw a stick of dynamite and it blew out the building we were in, but I didn't kill him. And now I no longer know where he is, so he has the advantage on this particular customer. He's right behind me! Oh, there's 1,000 of them! I don't know if I'm going to make it out in this particular scrape, Rads. Rads. Oh no, there's one right there! He's got me! He's got me! Well, what if we sacrifice ourselves with a... I sacrificed myself by dropping a stick of dynamite and it exploded the man. So I count that as a victory. I count that as a moral victory in particular. I think I'll have a wee sip of my watery Ribena. Yeah, I totally want to do a show called the Normcast or the Norm Zone. It's like chat, something with Norm in it basically, and it'd just be like a relentless hour of tedious chat. You know, beans, Brexit, and third thing beginning with B. Right, so I'm at the racetrack. There's usually vehicles around here. I've set a wee marker next to... Oh, the storm might be cutting us off this time, lads. The storm might be cutting us off this time. But now that we know that there is... I'll pick up some more dynamite. It's always handy. Now that we know there's a time trial there, it shouldn't be too hard for us to pick up a bike next match. I don't really want to do a next match, I kind of want to concentrate on the stream, but you know, this is what the stream is thus far. I think it's fine. I think it's fine to do this, because like, it's kind of a miracle that this phone's streaming anyway, so I think it's fun, and it's even fine to just do these waffly podcasts that have no point or purpose. You know, it's handy. It's handy for my learning. You know, there's no shame in learning. And that podcast that I did about Jakemans that spiraled into what would I do if I was a wrestling man, and basically I'd be like a Jakemans based. You'll never hear that because I accidentally deleted it, which I'm not too fussed about. Normally I'd be pretty sad, but listening back to it, it did that thing where, oh, I'm getting shot at. It did that thing where you get like duplicated audio, and it was just unlistenable, which was a shame because I think it's one of the fun. It was definitely one of the funnest things I've ever done. Like I had a hell of a lot of time. Like I was buzzing, absolutely, absolutely buzzing after recording that because it was just so dumb and so like I put so much enthusiasm into it. And I think isn't that like basically what art is, people? Fun, dumb, enthusiastic witterings. Ooh, more dynamite. There we go. There's people around me shooting and that I got shot at and ran away. And I don't. I mean, I should probably take a shotgun. Oh, but what did I drop? I suppose I should drop that. Right. Oh, and then there's a chest. There is a chest. Like, comment, and subscribe. I wonder if I say that. I wonder if bots will pick up on it. Like, is there bots out there just listening? Like, but they couldn't possibly be listening unless they were properly listening. You know, I would see the bots in the stream as numbers. So, how does it work? We said Kathleen Kennedy quite a lot in one of the early podcasts, and that got us hella views. We were, oh no, shooting at one of my own boys. Sorry, boys. Oh no, I just got frozen. I love the, oh no, getting shot at. I've got icy feet and I'm getting shot at. I'm skidding, careening across the map. There's that time trial. No, yeah, I don't think just saying Kathleen Kennedy over and over will actually get us views, but it did that time. It was scary because we were joking about it, and then it happened. It was like we had summoned them. The people. Oh, there's a train boy going over me, and I don't see anybody on the map, so he's probably a baddie. That's fine. There's plenty of respawns to go around. What was it? 37 to 43. So we're at the midway point of the match. I quite like this. Like nothing will beat Disco, I guess. I guess this is just Disco, but more a killing focused Disco. Disco was like you had to dance on dance stages, but did it introduce the concept of respawn? To me, anyway, it introduced the concept of respawns in this game, which was huge, huge for fun. Ooh, a blue naughty shotty. Take one of them. Crackerjack. I'm. Oh, and the wee cheese over there. I'll see if I can make my way out that. It's just under a wee pavilion. There we go. Nothing of value, of course. Cheests aren't that great. You want those balloons. Balloons are where it's at in this game. Balloons, supply balloons. Oh, another wee cheest. Bet it'll be disappointing, because it's a cheest. The point I was just currently making. Oh, it's got balloons in it. It's never disappointing when it's got balloons in it. There we go. There we go. Aye. Oh, a wee trampoline. Aha! Naughty quaddy! Right. Can we do this? Can we do this? This is the question. Right. We just need to not raise the ire. Yes, there is. There is the time trial. I suppose I'll probably have to do like 3 of these. Like it's never easy. Right. Okay, so we have to start it. Okay, not the best start. Not the best start. Oh, yeah, wow. This is a tough one. Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. I think I can do this. Buckle in, people. Hopefully I don't get shot and killed. We are in, the death zone. There might be less talking, because, time trials are the worst. Oh no. There we go. Okay, here we go. We are going. We do this. We do that. We do this. We do that. We boost. Oh no. One more. Come on. Boost. Yes, we did one of 3 time trials, of course. Well, that is a start. I'm just going to jump a bit on my naughty quaddy. I love, this is a premium game for me. If they could just do it. Oh no, there's 2 people that'll rob me of my naughty quad. Oh no, they're coming to kill me. They just don't want me to have fun. Yeah, I would love a mode that was all just naughty quaddies, like everybody drops with a quad. Could you imagine? That would be a banger of a time. Oh, biffed it. I love the Tony Hawk's mechanics as well. He'd be doing wee tricks, and they made that into challenges as well, which was really cool. Really big fan of that. And I feel like the quad's probably too good. Like they could have probably doled out the mechanics, because they gave the cart was like the first car, I want to say, and then it was like slow, but it had passenger capacity. Fair play. This one, the quad bike has it all. You can carry a passenger who can be your gunner, and you can also boost, which is huge because not only are you going faster normally than the cart, the boost just rockets you, and you can do mad guff with it, because if you angle yourself, it will. Oh, I'm in the death zone. It's killing me pretty quick. If you angle yourself with the boost, you can shoot yourself into the sky, and you can do incredibly dumb things with that in the 0G modes in practice. Oh no, my naughty quad's been exploded. I think quite maliciously, someone might have shot it there. That is, that is beyond the pale. Not a fan of that at all. 20 minutes. 20 minutes of me playing Fortnite. Wow. Um, I suppose I should just, like, talk. I'm a big Transformers man, so if you like Transformers, open your ears my way, and we'll have some patter. I hear that the new Optimus Prime, the new Masterpiece one that's coming out in August or something. Like, that seems mad to me, but okay. Is $400 dues, which I don't know how many. Oh no, getting shot at and killed. Don't know how many pounds that is, but I imagine it's around 400 and something. That's a ridiculous amount of money for a toy. I don't know what kind of toy I would pay £400 for. It's hard because I don't really have a stake in this. Like I don't have any kind of um, I don't know. I guess stake is the right term, but like I don't own any masterpieces, and I don't own any masterpiece knockoffs or anything like that. I've never actually handled one. I've never. I'd love to. I mean, I guess I had the chance because that Bumblebee, the, that was everywhere for a while, and I feel like it was over here in the UK as well. So I could have probably. Yeah, I think I saw Masterpiece Bumblebee at some point. I'm trying to remember where. It must have been in the Toys R Us before they closed. Yeah, so I've had I've had an opportunity to get them and never did because it's just a ridiculous amount of money for toys. I'm sure they're like next level, untouchable, completely different kind of product to like baseline Transformers, but I could never like bring myself to pay that much money for something as dumb as that. And so like the news that the newest Optimus Prime is £400. It, I mean, it's not sickening. It's dumb, and I don't really. It doesn't affect me in any way other than just kind of looking from a distance and laughing. Not at people. Like I'm not laughing at like because like people will there'll be people out there that have to compulsively buy those things and they're looking into what they're going to have to do to purchase it. But I guess if you're at that point, you've already got your your wealth systems in place to accommodate something like that. But I saw pictures of right. I saw pictures of the new Prime, and he just looks like Prime, and I know that's like. I know that's a great achievement, and I know he's like the third iteration or whatever. So like even people that are into them don't particularly care. But like, he's a tall boy. Like he does look good. Like I love me a tall Optimus Prime boy. There's something particularly cool about seeing these wee dangly legs all done up proper. It's just, why would you want other than prestige, other than to have a £400 official masterpiece Optimus Prime and to say that you have it and to like lord that over people. Other than that, why would you buy it? Like we live in this age where like you can weirdly just go buy a billion quite expensive high end Optimus Primes from either you know Hasbro and Takara or like a third party thing. Why would you spend four? Like I'm just gonna be very high pitched. Like when I talk about it, it's just weirdly. I don't know, man. Like obviously, I would like to have all toys at all times. If I had the power, you know, to just have them, I would have them. I would clutch them to my hands, and I would take that Optimus Prime into my house, and he would be my friend, and I would have no bad words to say against him. You know, like it's a lovely piece of plastic puzzle. Her, pardon me, heroic stature as well. But as someone that has to live in the physical world and deal with that and deal with like, costs and whatnot. Even if I was incredibly decadent, well, I suppose that's the line. Like, if I was incredibly decadent, I would just buy everything. But even if I was incredibly decadent, I would definitely think twice, before actively purchasing them. It's not like because like my experience with like high end stuff is like vicarious. It's through watching YouTube videos and mainly watching Big Vangelis, who I'm very happy to see back in the game with his Dracula review, which I quite liked. A bit of a risky move there, like being. I wonder how much like guff Vangelis got for coming back. Fair play. He said he's not been making like vids for whatever reason. Like, who cares? I think it's his life. It's cool that he's made a new one. Like, Evangelist video is always an event for myself. You turn on the feed, turn on YouTube, and it's like there and it's presented to you, and you're like, oh my gosh, new Evangelist. And it's Big Dracula, and the third party Mind Wipe. That third party Mind Wipe is one of the few third party things I have proper kind of in before. I love the Titans Return Mind Wipe. I know it's not necessarily comparable, but I love them. I love me a Dracula robot. Like, there's something spectacular to me about a robot that has mystical powers or dark mystical powers. Like Blood of Love Mind Wipe in the Rebirth, where he's like his headmaster partner is like a scientist, and he's all like, "Oh, science, but science," and like Mind Wipe's like, "No, your science is nothing compared to my mastery of the dark powers." Like, what Mind Wipe? Like, you're like a robot from Cybertron. How do you have like Are you Doctor Doom? Like, what's going on? I should probably sit down and watch the Headmasters as well, because he's probably like a anime baboon. Baboon? That's not the word. Buffoon. What are you? A buffoon. He's probably an anime buffoon in that. Quite like anime buffoonery, especially like Transformers ones. But tangents. A couple tangents there, yeah. Vangelis back. Probably got a lot of heat, I'd imagine, for coming back. Doing that Dracula, because I've seen nothing but lovely, lovely words for that Dracula robot with his mad wings and boxy body. Like, I see him a lot on Instagram. He's like a perennial Instagram fave. I bet Vangelis got a lot of heat for talking about him vaguely negatively, or like not overly glowingly, cherishing him. Because if people don't, if you're not either super hating or super loving, you're gonna get grief. You can only be one of two things on the internet, sadly. But right, so that was the thing. That Mind Wipe Dracula robot looks good. Vangelis, yes, that's what I was saying. My experience with the third party robots and stuff and the high end stuff is Vangelis based mostly. So it's kind of enough for me. I don't know if this is where I was originally going, but like that Optimus, I know he comes with a lot of gear, but it looks quite dumb. Like, I like seeing robots come with a lot of add-ons and extra bits, but they have to be like properly like mad, crazy, in a lot of cases super robotic extra bits. Like, there's nothing that Optimus comes with that we've seen. I don't know if he's coming with more. Maybe he'll come with like, because he's coming with a trailer, which I know that's what jacks up the price as well. But it's £400. Like, why? I imagine he's massive-ish, but does this masterpiece people like? Does this like issue like? Does a new era of like masterpiece happen every time there's a new Optimus? Because is this the third one I gather? So like, does everything have to scale with Optimus? Like, if Optimus is bigger or weirder, then does everything that they put out after this have to be bigger or weirder, or is like everything vaguely in the same scale? Because it masterpiece is just like, I don't know, like it's a different world, man. Like, I see people on like Twitter and YouTube, and they see them being excited, they put their pre-order in, and then like they wait for the day it comes, and I'm like, how do you have this money? Like, to spend on these robots. Like, I'm not criticizing you. I'm happy for you, but like, wasn't that Megatron like ridiculous amounts of money? Like, I would like that Megatron. It's cool that Masterpiece are doing Beast Wars, and I hope that's a good sign of things to come. That I hope the main line. I hope we'll get a Generations line that does Beast Wars. I hope that this War for Cybertron thing, like Siege, because Siege is also War for Cybertron. I hope that every part of it, because it's also a trilogy. I hope that every part of it. I think they said it was a trilogy. I can remember that right. It's so much not a part of the market, and that they could easily waffle back on that. But like, I feel like they said it was a trilogy, like the War for Cybertron trilogy. Like, I feel like I feel like they're doing good work with their G1 boys. They're now like what I've seen of their stuff, like the couple waves that are out that we can see and you can buy in the shops and now. Just called a guy in Fortnite, not even gonna flex about it. Um, the couple waves that are out there now, they look really cool. I'm sick of G1, but it's fine. They're doing it really, 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 really well. I totally want a cog, and I totally want a six gun. Those are my and a flywheels, and maybe an Optimus and a Megatron, but those are lower down. I want the weird boys. Like Cog looks cracking. He's like modular and stuff. But yeah, sick of G1. There's just so much of it, and I know I'm spoiled. I know we're spoiled, but you know, there's how many like 20, like 40 years of the franchise now, and there's been so many iterations. And it used to be Transformers thing that it kept changing, and it had different phases and like different eras, generations, if you will. So I hope that once Siege is done, right, that's just do 3 different wars for Cybertron, because you can do your Siege one, which is the G1 boys, and then just do like the Armada war for Cybertron. Like, see if the next line is all like Optimus Prime, but like Armada Optimus Prime, and like if it was just all Armada boys. For example, I'm not saying it should be like all Armada, but you get what I'm saying. Pardon me. That would be incredible. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how happy people would be? Because like you've just done relentless amounts of G1 pandering, so you can hold tight with the G1ers. Like you've I know they'll never be satisfied, but you can at least for a year maybe. I mean, is that too much to ask? Is a year too much time to ask for our reprieve from G1? Like, how many Optimuses do you really need? How many G1 esque Optimuses have come out in the last year, the last 3 years? Like, it's a bit concerning. Just do a year that's all, for example, Armada Boys, because there's a lot of designs there that you could update and make hella toys of. Like, I would love to see a Generations Armada Optimus. Like, there's so much stuff that, like, you could do different kind of things. You don't have to be limited to G1, which I know it's quite all encompassing. I know it's basically what Transformers is again now, but oh, to die. Yeah, G1. It's great, and it's probably what most of my toys, most of my Transformers collection consists of now. Probably have more G1 looking lads than anything else, but that's because the Generations line just, you know, after the Combiner Wars kind of, once it gets its hooks into you, you're gonna have a lot of G1 lines. It's just a living fact, if that's a phrase. But imagine a year of Amada. You could do anything. You could, like, imagine that day on Twitter. You wake up and they're like, "Oh, we've got a Transformers announcement," and you're like, "Okay." Is it more Siege stuff? And it's like, oh no, no, Siege has ended. Okay, what's the next thing going to be? Are they actually going to do something new? No, I bet it's just going to be like a second part of G1 or whatever. And then they just bust out Armada, lads. Arlada, you know? How spectacular would that be? What would I want? I guess I've got to keep asking myself questions to keep this going. What would I want from Armada, lads? I would want a Demolisher, because I had a Demolisher as a child, and I still do. Well, I don't have the same one. It came in a box. I say it came in a box. I ordered the box of Transformers from eBay, and it was a good deal actually. It was the one I got my Power Master Optimus Prime in, but I also had Armada Blur. I believe it's Blur. I get a bit fuzzy on Armada after a certain point. Like those first few episodes are like lodged into my brain because of the sheer amount of times they were reran on Sky One in the UK. Like I like Armada, but I cannot stand those first episodes because they're so slow. Like see when it gets into space and it does all the unicorn stuff, absolutely banging. Might actually watch some Armada after this. But yeah, the Armada boys. I'd want a Demolisher. I'd want I'd want the big release to be Tidal Wave. Like you could do like a Titan class Tidal Wave. I know there's probably not enough love or support out there. There should be though. Like the sheer amount of like toys that Armada sold. Do you think there would be more love? Because didn't Armada toys sell like hotcakes? And now we're into like the era of those children having all of the disposable cash, and like you would think that like the boomers, the 80s lads, would have had like enough Optimuses that they wouldn't be buying as many, but mm, we've already got our nostalgia line for the films, like the studio series stuff, so they skipped they skipped like half of the franchise. They skipped like I guess you might count G2, but I would say they skipped from like Beast Wars all the way to Bays lads, Bays boys. I don't regret that. I don't resent that either. Like I think it's really cool because like for a lot of people that's what Transformers will be, and it's cool that they get the opportunity to have their boys represented in Kraken plastic. I was slightly tempted to get Studio Series Jazz the other day. He's so small. Like I know that's a selling point. He's very cute, but he's oh so small. The Entertainer opened in my local town, and they had the Studio Series boys on sale-ish. They had a wee discount on them. Don't know if it was particularly good, but they they had Jazz, and I like Jazz. Jazz is a cool guy. Didn't deserve to get ripped in half. I know, timely comment, but I liked Jazz. I really liked Jazz. He's dead. Oh, I don't know. I've not committed to the studio series. Like, there's not. I did a whole podcast on this. Like, I did a whole thing where like I've not bought a studio series guy, but those Revenge of the Fallen Constructicons are calling to me. It's something about '09 nostalgia, them being industry boys, and well, there's two other things. The main one is that they combine into Demevisnumber, or I was going to say Demolisher because I've got Demolisher on the brain, but they combine into Devastator, which is insane. Good work, Hasbro. Like, good work, Takara. Good work, man that just designs Transformers. Good work, someone that's into like Revenge of the Fallen enough to make that happen. I guess you exist and exist in a position of power. So yeah, but the other thing is they have to make those weird Constructicon designs, you know, where they have like pogo stick bodies. They have to make them into toys, and people are going to have to buy them because people love the combining. They love that combining. They definitely do. Kind of went past to now that I was looking at that image. Oh no, low power. Low power is going to cut us off. We're going to have to stop. This quality stream is going to have to end. I'm sorry, everyone. The other thing, before I forget, Studio Series. So they've already got Studio Series. They should totally do an Armada thing, even if it's just like Not specifically an Armada thing, but it has Armada in it. Like you lump the Unicron trilogy all together. Like you have to, because apparently there's not enough support in the world for it to be make an Armada thing a thing. But you know, lump it all together, and then like lump it all together with everything that's not G1. Just because I know they've come out with the is it the Select line that's got like Red Swoop and Ricochet. I'm not a Ricochet man, so I don't know anything about him. He does look hot, but doesn't hold any draw for me in particular. I mean, if I saw him in the world, I would take him home with me, but I doubt that's going to happen. Red Swoop is Swoop red. Like that's what I have to say to that. I like the Dinobots. I think I'm trying to remember what they look like. I've got a British annual that has Swoop in it, and he's talking about when he was Dive Bomb, and I think he was red then. So is red what he normally is? Is blue his toy colors? Hmm. What I'm getting at is I'm sure that's like a whole pickle, and like Red Swoop's probably like a huge victory for a lot of people. I love that the first couple of things out of that line are more, I guess, because they said it was going to be Power of the Primes list, but whatever. I guess the thing that I like about it most is that they're extra limbs for Combiner Wars dudes, which is never a bad thing. They should just do so many extra limbs. Why wasn't Punch Counter Punch a limb? And I know that's like asking that toy, which is already like 3 modes deep, to have 2 other modes, which would be great. Like imagine if Punch Counter Punch was a 5 former, 2 guys, a car, and an arm and a leg. Like, why didn't they do that? Like you're already doing it. Why don't you just go mad with it? But you lump it all together, so you've got your Armada lads, and you've got your Beast Wars and all that. You know, you put your red guys in there, and your weirdy, beardy Japan. Like, have like a guy, like, have like a crack team of like Armada dude, you know, Unicron trilogy dude, like Beast Wars Legend, and like you know a red stand, you know, a standard red lad, you know, a standard red bloke. You know, red's a cool thing. I would recommend you get into red. You know, like they don't make anime like it anymore. Or at least you don't see anime like it about, because it's that whole kind of Saturday morning anime kind of vibe. Like we're here to sell you a toy, and like I think anime is kind of, even though it's infinitely better, I feel like it's kind of missing something with that vibe. Not having it. I'm sure like Card Fight Buddy or whatever has probably got the same vibe. But it just has. I feel like modern anime like that just has loads of like annoying kids, and I'm sure that's what Pokemon and all that were. But it doesn't come off like that, at least to my nostalgic brain. But yeah, I'd have like a weirdy beardy like Kiss player guy being the weird man on the team for that first wave, and just announce your intentions to the world. And yeah, if that's the way you have to get Armada and Unicron folk and basically folk that aren't G1, if that's what you have to do to get them into people's hands, do it. I got some toys the other day. Shall we do off topic? We'll do off topic. I've always wanted to say that. I know I've said it multiple times, but I'm ill, so give me a break. I got a wee selection of ads from a wee charity shop. It is a toy charity shop actually near me that they were very lovely. They were very lovely people. I got an incredible haul for £1. I kind of felt bad. I might go back and give them more money. It's mostly like Marvel stuff and like superhero stuff and some Star Wars stuff. Not a big Star Wars man. I watched Rogue One again with the sound off the other day, just to have some stuff in the background while I was doing other things, and that film is a very good visual film to look at while you're looking at something else. Like there's a lot of like well done Star Warsy imagery in that film, and you've got to give them that. You've got to give them that. Oh gosh, the sickness has taken me. What day is today? Tuesday. That's fine. We've got plenty of time to do those Fortnite challenges. How many things did I get? I'm lining them up. I'm. padding for time, padding for, cluing for looks, if you will. So how many did I get? I got 2, 4, 6, 7 guys, 7 action figures for £1, which is a bargain any way you slice it. I got myself a little Superman. I think it's an Imaginext Superman. An Imaginext. Is that how you say it? Again, just practice. I've only seen it written down, so I've never actually had to say it out loud. Imaginext Bizarro. A Batman. It's always fun to pick up a Batman, like a weird variant suit Batman. I believe he's I think. Oh no, we've got people talking on the. There we go. We have people talking on the chat. That's not. It's not nice to broadcast them without their consent, is it? So we've got a Batman. I think he's a Dark Knight. Not Strikes Again. That'd be amazing. A Dark Knight Rises dude. You know, he's not got any elbows, but he does have knees. Bizarrely, he's silver and he has pink gauntlets that have spikes. They're very Azrael-y on his arms. I think this is because this. The reason I say I think it's Dark Knight Rises is because that line then was really weird because it had those toys that I'm really flagging. It had those Batmans that you'd plug into like this kind of. It was like an armor up gimmick kind of thing, but it came with like a box that you put Batman over and then take out, or it'd pop out, and then the base Batman figure would have like a weird gimmick applied to it. Always meant to get one at the time. I always remember looking at them in the Argos catalogue and being like, oh, those were very fun toys. I should add them to my collection. And then never did, for whatever reason. I'm not really into buying Batman stuff new. You know, it doesn't appeal to me that much. This one's cool though. Like again, he's very limited, and I like him. Like a lot of toys, a lot of kind of the wee action figure lads. I sometimes like them the more limited they are. Sometimes, okay, sometimes because I'm going to say some stuff in a second that'll like immediately contradict this. But sometimes I like them when they're limited in articulation. Sometimes, okay. Keyword, key phrase again is sometimes. I also got 2 Stormtrooper lads. I got myself, I think it's a Dark Trooper or a Death Trooper. Again, not up on the Star Wars. He's a black Stormtrooper guy. Pretty sure from Rogue One. I could have got him from Poundland. I suppose I can still get him from Poundland because he doesn't have his gun. Which, you know, what's a Stormtrooper without his gun? Quite a good sculpt, I guess, is the answer to that. He's still got quite a good sculpt. The problem with these things, the problem with the Force Awakens onwards toys, so Force Awakens, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and Solo, the problem with those toys, the problem with the Solo toys is I don't think they've ever been released here, at least in Scotland. Don't know if England got them, but I've just never seen them in the wild. That's like a whole other like rant. But the problem with them for me is that they're very limited in articulation. At least the Batman has knees, is a great sentence. You know, at least the Batman has knees. These guys, they just have pelvises. You know, like their legs move and their arms move, and I think their heads on a ball joint. I don't know if that's universal or if it's just for the Stormtroopers. I don't know if the Stormtroopers get the ball joint because of their helmet. I've not actually picked up another one because they're just so not exciting. And like I say, I can be into that. I can be into the limited articulation vibe, and I can be into the fact that one justification for this is that that's what the OG Star Wars figures were like, and it's them going back to that. You know, we're starting again. We're doing what everyone likes. You know, that's not for me because I'm a prequels boy. I'm pretty sure the first prequel Star Wars figure I got was a battle droid, and it had like elbows and knees and toes. Now we're at 10%. I should probably wrap this up or plug it in. Yeah, I think I'll plug it in because I've got a lot more bits. That was the sound of stormtroopers falling over because they're not very articulated. We can't blame that. We can't blame their lack of articulation for them. They're falling over. It was my shoddy body control. Shoddy bod. Okay. Okay, we're jacked in now. So we should sustain some, charge. Anybody trying to contact me in the world? Doesn't look like it, so we can keep talking. Aye, these stormtroopers. I can't slight their sculpt at all, but I can slight their articulation, and I think it's fine. I think that the Force Awakens lads, I think that was an acceptable choice for the producers of those toys to make. Like, they wanted to recapture the vibe of that first Star Wars film, which I think they probably did. I think you can, like, as for what you can say, they probably captured that for kids at least. I imagine kids are mad into Force Awakens and whatnot, or at least were at the time. Like, it's dumb to try and like recapture that magic that was OG Star Wars. Like, I don't know, because like I have incredibly happy memories of 1997 when those special editions came out. I know those special editions are not liked by a lot of vocal Star Wars fans, but at the time, I loved it. I remember seeing the OG Star Wars. I believe my dad taped it for me. I remember I have memories of lying in bed watching taped recordings of the unedited, I guess you would call them, Star Wars original trilogy stuff, and I have deep memories of the guy that was Jabba. Um, I don't know. I've never actually looked into that, but you know how like they inserted Jabba, which, ew, grisly, grisly sentence. But they inserted Jabba into the special editions, but before that it was like a guy. Like that. That's how historically revised I am. I don't know. Don't know if that guy was just playing Jabba or he had a different name and they like dubbed over it or whatever. But I have memories of watching recordings of those films with the guy. But '07 the special editions came out, and I remember really I was huge into it. It was a huge thing. Like it was like seeing it for the first time. It was fresh and new, and I'm sure that's the same vibe that young people, the young, got watching Force Awakens and whatnot. So it makes entirely a lot of sense, kind of, for them to want to make the toys exactly the same as they were in 1977. There's like a weird, it's weirdly mass market. Like, it's the most mass market thing in the world, but it's quite like a niche idea. Being like, we'll specifically limit these toys to be like product from 1997, because even when they did that in 97, so did I say 77? I hope I said 77 there when I meant 77. It's gonna be hard because I'm talking about lots of sevens and lots of nines, but even when they did that in 97 and stuff, and before that, when they had the big muscly Luke Skywalker and the buff Stormtrooper and stuff, even when they did that, like, at least they were like, updating them for the 90s and making them Liefeldian. That was something. With these, they're just like, this is a Stormtrooper. Like, they're so boring. Like, they don't, other than stand there and like look like a Star Wars dude, you can't do anything with them. And like, I know you're bumping up against like their toys critic. What are you gonna do with them anyway? Like, just give them knees and elbows. Like, I'm not asking for much. And I know it's a cost saving thing. Like, that's what I've been dancing on this whole time. I know it's just because they don't want it. It's the most mass market thing in the world, so of course they're going to make them. They're going to try and cut corners and then justify it by being like, hey guys, it's like 1977. And it's like, aye, okay, I get you, but, just give them elbows and knees, you cheap, cheap man. And I know I opened this by saying that I can get into limited articulation. I think it works on the droid guy from Rogue One, K2, I think his name is. Bad with droid names, like a lot of names, but I think it works with him because he's like a weird lank and like he's a non-human. A lot of the non-humans come off great compared to the humans. Like the a lot of the shelf warming figures are mostly like rebel dudes or like generic generic mans like Hux who like Hux. I kind of want a Hux, and I could have got a Hux at TK Maxx once, but I decided against it. But Hux is like they're so boring. Like it's not that like they're bad characters, or whatever. It's just that they're characters. You know, like Hux is a character, but like he's not particularly a good toy. Like why would you want, other than sheer comedy reasons? Why would you want a Hux? It's like, well, he's here to lead the stormtroopers. It's like, well, that's not like Hux is. He's not out there leading the stormtroopers. Like you could do great work with like a character like that. You could make him a commissar on the front lines and a battle dude. But you know, he's like a guy that's like back at base being a buffoon. That's the reason those toys don't sell. And like the rebel ones are just kind of generic humans, and like you can't really do much with them because you can't, you know, move them, articulate them, or pose them. You know, the posing's kind of a big thing. I hear that the size, the line, the size, you know, the what do you call it? The scale. I hear the scale fell out of favor, and that's why the Black Series. Because I guess all of this is happening against the backdrop of the Black Series is what matters, and I just don't have time for that. I mean, I suppose I could do now that I'm out there buying Star Wars figures. I kind of want a Inferno Trooper. I really like TIE Fighter pilots, and I like that they made like a TIE Fighter guy that's like not just someone that, you know, dies in a spaceship. You know, they're out and about doing things, I imagine. Never played those games, so couldn't tell you. Read the back of the box the other day, and it said that they're to keep the Emperor's secrets after the Death Star. I mean, they presumably do great work, and maybe come into contact with Bothans a lot. But, ooh, just killed a guy with a grenade launcher. Didn't even see it coming. Pretty proud of myself. Aye. Could get a black suit. I like my point is the stormtroopers kind of look like the best of those toys, and they look like the best of the smaller scale ones as well. I should probably said that these are the smaller scale ones, but you probably got that from me saying that they don't have knees and elbows and stuff. These toys would be better if they were better articulated. Like there's just no way around that. Like it's sad that they can't do anything. I guess there's a certain charm in them, and I do like these ones a lot. It's a Rogue One evil stormtrooper, if you will. Aren't all stormtroopers evil? Well, that's a question, isn't it? In the original trilogy, I think they're all evil because they're not all clones of Django, are they? By that point, they got phased out or died or something. Like I don't know what the actual in canon explanation for all the stormtroopers not being clones is. Is it to make the Clone Wars more special? I mean, out of universe, is it because like if they were all clones by the point that like Luke was being hassled by them when he's out and about of a night boy racing, I guess he wouldn't be like, oh, you fought in the Clone Wars, and like it wouldn't be a thing because wouldn't every war be a clone war by that point? So yeah, but why stop using clones? I mean, I guess lots of reasons, but it didn't seem to go wrong. It seemed to go really well when they used clones. They just kept cloning and cloning, but there was so many millions of clones. I know the Clone Wars cartoon got into the clone degradation stuff, but like it seemed to be going really well. They did their Order 66. You can't really fault them for that. Maybe there was a thing, a clone rebellion. I don't really see that happening, but because they were just like Order 66, all right, like they were just up for it. You know, like it was bred into them or whatever. Excuse me. Like I said, I am dying. But yeah, I got I got a Death Trooper. I'm gonna keep calling him a Death Trooper because someone on Instagram said he was a Death Trooper. So whoever said it on Instagram, big shout out to you. You are more knowledgeable about stormtroopers than them. I don't know why I'm like waffling around this. I'm just trying to say that I also got. I think it's a First Order TIE fighter guy. I don't know if he's got a different name. I love him. He's got little baggy pants and he's quite short. And I assume that's so he can fit inside of a TIE fighter. Like you can sit him down and he can live inside a wee TIE fighter's belly and just live the dream. I don't have a TIE fighter. I don't even have a gun. I assume he came with a gun because he's got wee trigger fingers. I don't know if he's meant to have two tubes or if one of the tubes has been broken off. He's so black that no light can escape his surface, so I can't actually properly inspect him to see if he's got like a wee breakage there. But he's so short. Like he is short for a stormtrooper. I also like I don't know what the military value is in like you know how like TIE fighters don't have or TIE fighters. I'm getting so tired that I'm questioning myself. TIE fighters. TIE fighters don't have atmosphere, famously, I want to say. They don't have any oxygen or life support inside the little pod. So your wee TIE fighter men are your TIE fighter pilots. Your TIE pilots are wearing oxygen suits. Fair play to them, right? But like why are they wearing stormtrooper armor? Like this guy like basically looks like a more armored stormtrooper. He's got like comfy trousers to pilot his TIE fighter in, so I guess he can sit comfy in his wee pod. But why like the sheer death rate of TIE fighters, again, question myself, I don't know why. Why like why give them back armor? Why give them all these wee bits and bobs? I suppose I suppose it's just real world reasons, you know, they're based on World War II pilots and that, but like and I'm sure like having armor is a boon, but the sheer amount of armor they must go through, like arming the stormtroopers, like why armor the TIE pilots as well? Like just give them the baggy jumpsuits. Like for all the good it's gonna do them. Like how many like and also like the oxygen thing, like why not just like it seems easy. Why don't you just fill the pod with like oxygen? Like I don't know why I'm questioning it because I quite like it. I quite like that bit of lore. Don't know if I made it up. Don't know if it's conjecture or Mandela effect, but I want to say that TIE fighters don't have atmosphere, and that's like a whole thing. Why do like X wings have atmosphere? It would seem, and they're just better. Yeah. So, hmm. It's not that they're just better, Craig. It's that they have better pilots. That's probably what someone that actually knows about Star Wars would say. Yeah, I wish that the mainline Star Wars dudes had elbows and knees at the very least. I got like Imaginext dudes, which I've never. I've got a few of. I want to say I feel like I've got an Imaginext Lord Zed. Imaginext, I think that's how you say it. They've been doing incredible work. Like every time I go on Instagram, there's like more and more of them, and they're like from more and more obscure brands and lines. Like they're just going out there making business happen. The ones I got were like a wee Superman guy and a wee Bizarro guy, and I mainly got them because I'm well into Superman right now. The toys themselves aren't really that exciting, but you can flop them about. They've got a nice wee cloth cape, which I think does quite well for them at their scale and stuff. And I quite like their big hands. However, I also got a Imaginext looking, but I don't actually think he's an Imaginext guy. It is the wee War Machine from Hasbro. What does it say? Marvel and Subs or something on his feet. Yeah, wee War Machine looking dude. He is Cracker Jack. I definitely wanted. I saw him in the wee box, picked him up, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this guy. I've seen these wee guys about. I don't know what the line's called, but they're very cartoony. They remind me of the Superhero Squad. I don't think that's what this guy is, but he's very Superhero Squad-y. He's like a normal little Iron Man dude, and he's got a wee backpack that you can flip up and down, and it flips up, and he's got a missile pack and a Gatling gun, and it's proper War Machine. And I love War Machine in that way that that part of your brain that you don't really think about, or you it doesn't really think about for you, loves black repaints of things. Like how cool is War Machine? Like, don't think about the character of War Machine. Just think about like the image of War Machine. Like, first of all, he's called War Machine, and secondly, he's a black repaint of Iron Man that has more guns. He has guns, I guess. He's already got repulsors in his like feet, hands, and chest. But he's like, no, I'm gonna like put a missile pack and a machine gun. That's the thing I like about, or I don't know if I guess like I use the word like very wrongly all the time, but one of the things I like about War Machine is that he's got all this extra weaponry, but it's not good weaponry. Like it's very like military and earth based kind of stuff. So like yes, he's got these missiles and yes, he's got this Gatling gun, but who is that good against? You know, I know most people. I know that the Marvel universe is like a lot. I guess you'd say lower fantasy, like lower power levels than DC in that. So it's not like everybody that War Machine's going to fly about and meet is going to be bulletproof, but a lot of them are, or like, so like his guns aren't going to be do like his conventional bullets and conventional missiles aren't going to do a single thing to like the Hulk, or like they're just going to bounce off Captain America's shield if he would want to fight Captain America for whatever Civil War related reason. What was that gun like that like shocker taser thing he had in Civil War? It was like, oh, this is gonna hurt a lot, Cap, and what like it was so like bulkier and weirder looking than a taser would necessarily have to look. But I guess he was trying to bring down Captain America with it, so fair play. I really like War Machine. I always kind of have. I feel like it comes from the 90s cartoon. I can't even remember if he appeared in that, but I'm just going to say that ever since then, I've always had a liking for the boy. Although, is this the first War Machine toy that I've owned? It's entirely possible. Iron Man toys were very scarce when I was wee, and then after the films, they got a lot more less scarce. Kind of weird that I've never actually had a War Machine because there was all those cracking Iron Man toys from Iron Man 2. I want to say it was Iron Man. Well, Iron Man 1 as well had good toys, but Iron Man 2 I think is where it went mad. I've got so many really cool Iron Man 2 toys. This is a segue, if you don't know, into the last little dude of the haul. It's one of those cracking Iron Man toys. I don't even like. I was surprised to learn that it's 2015. Like his Wii feet say it's 2015. I was surprised by that because I assumed he was like an Iron Man 2 era man. An Iron Man, if you will. I got myself, it's a Mark 1 Iron Man suit. And gooshed, good golly, I've always wanted me a Mark 1. There's something just infinitely charming about that 60s bucket head, clomp, wrong trousers, you're dead vibe. And this sculpt is incredible. I know a lot of people are not down to clown with the weird Marvel. Are they also called Legends? I don't know. And the Wii scale ones don't get the same amount of love that the big ones do, which is understandable because those big ones are like a culture into themselves, which I'd love to get into one day, but every time I see them, it's like £25 for like a Ant Man and the Wasp or whatever, or just Ant Man or the Wasp, not both. That's £50 if you want that. I suppose I should keep my eye out for sales, but by that point, my interest is inevitably waned. You know, like I need to be there the weekend of a Marvel film to properly be in the mood to even want Marvel Legends dudes. But this Mark One Iron Man armor is incredible. He's got wee like bullet shots and stuff on him. Would I have preferred it if it was the gold color? Because this is the silver one. I would have. See, I don't know. Like I probably would have. I love that the gold version of the Mark One. I don't even know if that's the Mark Two by that point, but not an Iron Man lorist. But oh gosh, Grr. Yes, is the answer. I would probably want him to be gold because I feel like it's kind of limiting him being the silver one. Because how many adventures did he have with the silver armor? Did he just do the silver Mark One in the comics till he got home from Vietnam, and then like after that, did he immediately turn it gold? I bet he did. I bet that's what happened. Maybe there was like a couple of adventures with being silver, but I'd probably imagine that he immediately turned it gold because he's Tony Stark and he has all of the dollar. And of course, he would immediately make his mech suit gold. His feet are incredible. If you get the chance, have a look at, like, find out which version of the toy this is, which I've not been very helpful with, but find it and have a wee look at his wee compy feet, because his wee compy feet are stunning. He just has, like, the best toy feet I've ever seen. They're like old man slippers made of metal, made of plastic. He's got a wee antenna that I'm super like surprised survived. Whatever kid had it, and it's stripped to the charity shop. Like it's on his shoulder, just behind his head. It's weirdly coolly placed. It's made from a quite a, I guess, durable. You'd have to call it material. Oh, he's got rivets and everything everywhere. He's like a Gigantor. He's the star lad of the purchase. He's the one that I was rummaging through the box and I saw, and I was like, oh, yes, I'm definitely getting this lad. And I guess he convinced me to get the other ones as well, because you know when you see stuff, you're like, I don't need stormtroopers. You know, like it's fun that they're there, but like I should really conserve my dollar. And then you see other stuff, and you're like, well, I'm getting this guy. I may as well chance my luck with these things. Thanks for listening to whatever this was. Not very well advertised. If you, I know it turned out to be mostly toy based, and if you like toys, you probably didn't survive the pasta or the 20 minutes of relentless Fallout, of relentless Fortnite. I did that the other day. Like, I was trying to talk about Fallout, but I called it Fortnite, and now I've done the reverse of it. Maybe we should just end with some Fortnite chat. I still haven't done the other time trials. If you were, well, you're not watching, but if you were watching and you were waiting for that to happen, it's not happened. I have been playing this entire time, but I have not been. I've just been, auto playing where I talk about things and run about and pick up things. And I killed a guy at one point, which you heard me laugh at because it was so. I was like sniping and I was just next to him, and it's so surprising that he actually died that I thought it was funny to comment on. But yeah, this has just been another chill wee stream, like another wee exciting time to be alive. I think we're getting not necessarily better, but we're getting adjacent. Like we're slightly on to progress, if that makes any sense. I know I'm just babbling now. Ooh, let's see if we can kill a guy. I've got one of those single shot Gurren Lagann Yoko rifles. See if we can, because I've got a shot from this direction. Can't really see anybody, so he's down there. There he is. Oh no, he's still shooting, and I'm almost dead. Well, I took my eye off the ball there, folks. You have to. Oh, a lot of shooting happening. Building happening. next to me. Oh, a rocket boy. Well, I died. So, yeah. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.